is I was saying that I have friends who, they want to change. They talk about how they're so unhappy at their job, or they're so unhappy being single, they're so unhappy with their lives, and yet, you come back and you see them 5 years later, and they just never fucking, like, they have the same job, they have the same situation, they look the same, there's nothing that's changed. They're still discussing the same problems that they had 5 years ago. And one thing that I've commonly found, there's a difference between me and a lot of these people, is that they'll really rationalize why it's okay. They'll say, like, it's not so bad, I'm doing better than I was last year, or whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is, it's always the same. They always say, like, some reasons why it's okay, why they are where they're not really okay with it. They, whenever they get a chance to really open up, they complain about their job, or they complain about their situation, and yet they do nothing to change. And it's so painful for me to watch, because I care about them, and I'm like, hey man, why not get serious about it and really fucking do it, instead of just saying, like, oh, I hate my job, or oh, I hate this situation. And I've seen it again and again and again, and it's so fucking sad. It's so hard to watch, but that's the common denominator, man. That's literally the thing that happens with each and every one of these people that say they want to change. They say they want to get better. They hate their job, they hate their relationship, they hate the situation they're in, yet they never fucking do anything about it. And it's that's the thing, is every single person that stays the same, they say, it's not that bad, I like it the way it is. They make excuses for themselves, and as a result, they never push themselves to act. Now, me, the way that I am, and the reason why, I'm a little intense for a lot of people. A lot of people think, and they always have said, like, they can't hang out with me because I'm very intense. But you know what it is it's not, okay, call it intensity, whatever you want to say, but I'm driven, man. I'm driven, and that's really what it is. And you'll find that in people who really do make strides and do make the changes in their life, is that they're driven. They're upset, they get disturbed. They're not just gonna settle for where they're at, because for me, it's always been that I knew that I was capable of more. I know that, shit, man, like, I'm capable of making more money, doing more, dating hotter girl, leaving more, doing more for my kid, etc. All that shit. And been to settle for where I'm at. I never have. And that's why it is that, many people that I used to be my friend, they're still my friends, but we don't spend as much time nowadays because of that. Because, those people that are my great friends, and I love them, and if they had my back, I have their back forever, and they know that. But I can't spend a ton of time with those people. It's too painful, because how many times are you going to say the same things and say, hey, I hate my job, or I hate the way I look, I hate my relationship, I hate the way things are, and yet what do? Fucking nothing. They do dick about it. So as a result, if you're somebody you're an achiever, you strive, you work hard, you get disturbed about, you're not satisfied with where you're at. Unfortunately, most people, they say those. So like I was saying, many people have told me over the course of my life, I was in high school when I was young, they're like, this guy is too intense. Well, where are those people today? So many people that I went to high school with, it's just a joke, the amount of procrastination and the amount of, people that just, they're too comfortable. They're too fucking comfortable. And that's the bottom line. Every single day you got to ask yourself, hey, You know, what, like, getting to the truth, what am I really not okay with? You know, in my life, what am I not fucking okay with? And it's okay to spend a period of time where you're fucking disturbed, you're upset, you're not okay with it. You're not. And if you kind of fucking stay there and you say, hey, this is not good enough. I want to make it the way that I see it. I see myself as doing better than where I currently am. That's a good fucking thing. That's a good fucking thing. Even if you walk around and you're a little bit intense and you're mad at yourself. I mean, honestly, for me, I don't live like this now, but I'll have periods of time where I'm like, dude, this is not fucking good enough. You know, you're plateauing, you're staying where you're at, you've done the same thing, you're repeating a pattern. Bullshit. I call bullshit on myself all the fucking time, you know? Because again, it's not about achieving. It's about being your best self. It's about doing more. It's about, look, beating the you of yesterday, you know? Anything less, it's bullshit. Now, I saw a comment, I didn't read the full thing because it's a little hard to make these videos while reading every single thing, but I just want to say this, and it is that, you know, go for your goals, appreciate life at the same time, and be grateful for who you are. You know, for me, like, I try to be grateful and really feel it, you know, as much as I can for the little things, like the little things that are the big things. Like, for instance, the fact, for me, this is my personal thing about appreciation and gratitude, is that, you know, hey, keeping it, you know, God loved me enough to give a heart that beats for me 100,000 times a day without me having to do about it. So I appreciate that, and there's so many people that are not breathing, and but at the same fucking time, dude, like, you know, I'm not gonna co-sign people's bullshit and tell them, oh yeah, it's okay, you'll have another day to make that happen. Bullshit, dude. If you didn't take action on something that's important to you today, that's bullshit. Bottom line. And I call that shit out on myself all the fucking time. And because of that, as a result, I've pushed myself to do things completely unwilling. I'm not saying, oh, this is me, like a call. You know, if you want to get good at game, you want to meet a girl that's, you know, far more attractive than what you technically should get, that's not just going to happen. You know, that happens because of very specific, controlled, focused action that you have to take. You know, that $1 million does not just make itself, dude. Like, you know, people think all the time that they're going to just stumble into this money, and that's such bullshit. Like, it's not true. I'm sorry to tell you, there's no way that it's just going to just happen for you. The way that it happens is by planning for it and figuring out and saying, hey, you know, this is what I want. How am I going to get it? Maybe that's not the best question, but it's like, how am I going to get it? Why is it important that I get it? Those type of things are going to move you to action. But the best thing, reception is not the best. I'm sorry, man. I apologize. Do you mean the sound, or do you mean the cutting in and out? Anyway, I'm about to actually finish up this video, but that's the bottom line, is that I know a lot of fucking people, most people that I know, they make excuses for why they do not have what they want. It's not like, this is unacceptable, I'll do whatever the fuck it takes, and whoever I have to meet in order to make that happen. And even if you fail at that, and even if you fail, at least to just say that, to admit that, to say, hey, this is not good enough, and it's my fault, and I'm going to do what it takes to fix it. That is enough for me, for you to say that and mean it. Not just say it, but to really do it. That's what I care about. Because anything else, the worst thing, anything else for me, the saddest thing to see in life is guys who say they want to change, and then you look at them 5 years later, same job, same situation, same fucking problems. You know, they've made no progress. That is a tragedy to me, and there's a lot of that. So that's about it. I'm going to make another video for you guys. I'll talk to you later.